Hello everybody, welcome back to Spirituality with Gabriella. If this is your first time on my channel, welcome. I do pick a card tarot readings. I also share channeled messages from spirit, and all of this is designed to help you align with your purpose so you understand why you're here and why you are on earth. If you haven't already, please give me a like, hit that subscribe button, join along for the journey. My mission in this lifetime is to share channeled messages from spirit so that we can make the earth a more high vibrational light place. So without further ado, welcome to your pick a card reading for today. Today's reading is about what your fairies want you to know. So these messages are from your fairy spirits, any fairies that are watching over you. I am sure that your spirit guides will probably come in and try to share some of their messages too. So when I say they, I am referring to all of the above, your fairies and your guides together. So take a moment to ground, and whenever you are ready, you can choose the pile that resonates with you most. So we're using frogs today. This is my favorite animal spirit guide. Over here we have pile 1 with this gray frog. Here we have pile 2 with Filbert. He has a name because he's always in my readings. And over here we have pile 3 with the green frog. And hey, if you guys want to suggest some names for the first frog and the last frog, feel free in the comments down below, and maybe I will use them. So whenever you're ready, choose the pile that speaks to you most. You can get your reading at the timestamps down below, and I will see you there. Thanks! All right, pile 1, welcome to your reading. So your first card is here, and this card is Distant Thunder, Clear the Air. Okay, so the first thing I'm hearing is your fairies want you to know that if you're feeling in a low place, for example, if you have been feeling depressed or anxious recently, they want you to know it's okay, and they're also saying that they will help you to live life in a different way. They're saying that a lot of us are very sensitive and empathic, and we pick up on other people's energies even without intending to. And often it's easy for those in pile 1 to be like sponges. So energetically, you're like a sponge. You're picking up a lot of different energy from a lot of different people. They are going to help you to transmute this. And during this reading, they're saying they're going to give some advice on how. So this is the Oracle of the Fairies deck, hence the theme of this reading. I've been working a lot with fairy energy, and it's just such a beautiful, magical, playful vibration to be in. Inspiration. Be prepared, as you'll soon receive a visit from the Fairy of Inspiration. Come dusk or dawn, she can call at any time. Okay. Magical gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, yet this is where the greatest rewards are. It's time to step boldly forward without looking back. We're going to pull one more from this deck. Look in a book. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. Okay. So those are your oracle cards. Okay, I just moved the shiny cards to the side so that there's not so much of a glare. We'll put the tarot cards over here. So once again, what do your fairies want you to know? Okay, we have the Two of Wands. We have the Three of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Wands. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble shuffling today. Okay, and we have the Seven of Pentacles. Beautiful. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards and see what's coming through from your fairies and from your spirit guides. I'm hearing that you've been in a slump, and I'm hearing that you're lacking inspiration at this time, but your fairies are specifically saying, don't worry, we are going to make it so that your inspiration is on fire. And so over the next 6 to 7 days specifically, particularly if you are watching this reading live in April 2023, you will be receiving a huge wave of inspiration. Your fairies are saying that you feel like you have been directionless for too long, and they're showing this huge forest, and they're showing you feeling like you're lost in a forest. And so this fairy of inspiration is coming in to remind you that you are a creative being and you are a magical being, and it's okay to give yourself permission to be that way. They're saying that sometimes you try to suffocate yourself to fit into the rest of society, and you try to put yourself into this box of being pragmatic, and this might even show up as acting very type A or acting like you're a workaholic. But what I'm seeing is energetically, this is not actually serving you, and it's causing some kind of shocks in your energy system. And so that's why we have this distant thunder card coming in right here. So what I'm seeing in this card is you're like this princess, and so by nature you are beautiful and magical, but look, this woman is trapped in a tower, just like Rapunzel, and so she can't really benefit from her true nature because she's feeling trapped. And the truth is that you're not trapped. You know, unlike Rapunzel, you can actually climb down the stairs in this tower, and your fairies are saying that a lot of your fears and anxieties seem a lot bigger than how they are in reality. So if you look here, this woman is focusing on the thunder instead of actually escaping from it and just moving on with her life. And so your fairies are kind of joking. They're just saying you really need to just move forward at this time. Like, stop comparing yourself to other people. Stop trying to put yourself in a box, and definitely don't try to be like the rest of society expects you to be, because society is changing. And so they are going to show you this huge wave of inspiration, and they'll show you exactly the way to do this. I am seeing a couple things coming in here. So we have the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands is this energy of having a vision, and it's this energy of really understanding what your new personal identity is going to be. And so right now, the woman on this card is looking down at her feet. And really, if you just pick up your head and look to the future and think about your vision and really feel the energy of how you want to feel in the future, then it will be available to you now. And your fairies are saying they're going to surround you with materials, specifically books, that are going to help you get there. So now is a really good time to read and to literally lose yourself in any kind of books or texts that speak to you. And we're getting the Three of Pentacles here because now is a time for you to really dive into your learning. And I'm seeing that when you learn, your sacral chakra is like on fire in a really positive way. It enlightens you, it charges you. Really getting into learning is going to be crucial for you in order to understand what your new identity is moving into the future. Because whatever identity you're in now, I'm seeing like there's some friction. So there's part of it that is serving you, of course, but there's another part that is not serving you at all, and it's kind of suppressing your creativity. And your fairies want you to be more playful, more joyful. Allow yourself to be like that inner child that really just right now feels a little bit caged and stuck. And the good news is the energy is moving with you. So like I said, you're going to be getting these huge downloads and waves of inspiration, and your fairies really want you to listen to them. And we have the Knight of Wands here. So when we see the Knight of Wands, it's like you are going to be pulled as if by this magnetic charge. And your fairies are saying that they often communicate with you visually. So you might get visions in your mind's eye. You might also get them in dreams. And you might also be the type of person who loves to draw, loves color, loves interior design. Your fairies are specifically showing me these curtains that it's almost like you really like fabrics and colors and life. And so they want you to lean into this and really focus on this and know that this is the path of beauty for you instead of suppressing yourself. And they want you to know that a lot of you are struggling with this mindset of lack and scarcity, thinking that you're going to lose money or that you're not going to be financially abundant, but they're wanting you to know that life isn't meant to actually be that hard. We have this strange preconception in our society that everything has to be hard. We have to work really hard. We have to push ourselves. And honestly, all that's doing is making us sick, is what our fairies are saying. And our fairies are saying the more joyful you are and the more you align your energy and your intention of joy together, the happier you'll be, the healthier you'll be, the more high vibrational you'll be. So this is really a moment to take pause, to ask yourself, what is the distant thunder in my life? To let go of that to the best of your ability, and then to really immerse yourself in some new learning, because this new learning is going to be what you need to embody this energy of joy and bountifulness that I'm seeing in these cards. And so we have Seven of Pentacles. And so what I'm seeing is a bit of a shift in your strategy. So if you could give yourself permission to be anyone and anything at all, what comes to mind? Ask yourself that question and really allow yourself to expand into this energy, because what your fairies are telling me is that you have this narrative that you can't just work smart, you have to work hard, and they're wanting you to shift out of that, and they're wanting you to prioritize things that give you real joy and fulfillment. You know, it doesn't have to be that arduous anymore. They're wanting you to be more playful. And so we have these two cards coming in, and I'm gonna go to this one first. Look in a book. I'm gonna read it again. Whatever your question right now, you'll find the answer in a book. The words you find will bring the insight you seek. You're a very curious person by nature. You have a sharp mind. You also have a sharp wit. You're the type of person who wants to gain perspective on a variety of different things. And I'm seeing that learning brings you true fulfillment and enjoyment. And so now is the time to prioritize learning as opposed to prioritizing doing. Your fairies are saying that if you prioritize learning, you're going to be in this much more expansive energy, and then the path will become clear. So stop trying to focus on letting the path just magically appear. They're just saying, don't try and like push that. The path is going to become clear if you focus on learning. And as long as you focus on learning, it's like this ray of light is going to come through, and you'll be really inspired. You'll be joyful, bountiful, full of light, full of play. And that's what they want for you. And I'm seeing so much inspiration coming to you, because look at all this wand energy. Wands are about movement. They're about inspiration, passion. It's the energy of the entrepreneur as well. So you may even be doing something towards side hustle, which one day you want to take full time, or maybe you're making it your full-time thing. It feels like your sacral chakra is really activated when you learn. And so just focus on learning, and you're going to get this massive download. And honestly, even if you return to this reading in 6 days specifically, you're going to be like, oh, I know what she was talking about. So give yourself a reminder, return to this reading, watch it again, and I promise you, you'll know what your fairies were trying to communicate. Last but not least, we have this card, Magical Gateway. It takes courage and trust to venture into the unknown, but that is where the greatest rewards are. Yes, so allow yourself to release this identity of being stuck, and this identity that you have to work so hard, that things need to be arduous, that everything has to be dense. On the other side of this door, there is a magical gateway. There is a life of abundance and play and love and joy. So allow yourself to be like that inner child. And this is really an invitation to ask your inner child, what do you want and need at this time? Because I'm feeling like it's almost like life has gotten a little bit too serious, and that's not really fulfilling you at all. If anything, it's like causing blocks in the energy field. So allow yourself to be in this joyful vibration, whether you need to go outside, skip, dance, hop, sing, whatever it is. If you notice, there's a theme to these cards. It's like one of two things. Either they're flying and they're wanting to move forward, or they're bending over because they have the weight of the world on them. So your spirit guides and your fairies are basically saying, which one do you choose? It's up to you to give yourself wings, and those wings are like your inspiration. So if you give yourself wings, you're going to fly, like this Knight of Wands character here, and you're going to learn a lot. But if you choose to bend over, look at your feet, and carry the weight of the earth on your back, of course things are going to feel heavy. So your fairies are also saying that you are protected. They're sending you messages every time you're in nature. They do want you to send them offerings, so it'd be a really good idea to leave them some kind of offering, maybe some kind of chocolate, for example, is what they're suggesting. It should be wrapped in tin foil though. That's very specific, but that's what they said. And also leaving them like water, like pure water would be really good. They also like rainbows. And they're just saying thank you. Thank you for listening to us. They're saying that they're going to start working with you more now that you've listened to this reading, and they're very happy to be working with you. Also, you can bring more flowers into your home at this time. I'm feeling like a lot of you receive signs from your spirit guides and fairies, which are flowers. So asking for a specific flower, like a tulip, a dandelion, a lily, something like that would be really good. And that would also show you the path. So you can ask for a specific flower, And then when that flower comes through, whether it be in like social media or an image or even a sign somewhere, you'll know that that's the path that you're meant to follow. All right, thanks so much for watching this reading, you guys. If you liked it, please give me a big thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, share it if you feel so inclined. If you would like to learn more about fairies and giving them offerings and connecting to them, I have a course down below. I am linking it so that you can make use of it. It is my favorite course and one of my most favorite topics in the world, and it brings me so much joy and fun and pleasure, so I hope it will do the same for you too. All right, you guys, I will see you in the next video, sending you so much love and light. Bye. All right, pile 2, welcome to your reading. So your first card is over here. We have unknown territory. You are exactly where you need to be. Ooh, I love this card, and I love the birds. And I love this message of expansion that's coming through with this owl here. Even in this first card, we can see this huge lifting of energy. It's like your spirit is being lifted by exploring the unknown, and it is the uncharted path. So I imagine maybe you have some trepidation around it, but your fairies and your spirit guides are just saying that this is the right path for you, so keep going. All right, so this is the Beyond Lemuria deck. Very big, so we'll try and shuffle it slowly. And let's see what your fairies want you to know. Oh, you have home. So cute, makes me emotional. Okay, we'll get into that later. We also are using the Oracle of Fairies deck today. And let's see what comes through. We have Tree Wisdom, okay. And Friendship. Okay, amazing. So these are your oracle cards, and the rest of the space I will fill up with tarot cards. See what your fairies want you to know. Awakening. The Lovers. 10 of Cups, amazing, okay. And then let's pull a couple from the Radiant Wilds tarot deck here. We have the Six of Swords. We have the 10 of Cups again. I love it when that happens. And we have the World. Oh my gosh, okay. All right, pile 2, you guys, this is like the most positive energy ever in this reading. It is so high vibrational, so positive. What I'm hearing is you are being attuned to a new energy. This is an energy of expansion, pleasure, and joy. Your fairies and your spirit guides are saying that you are starting to understand what home truly means to you, and you are exactly where you need to be. So this is kind of a two-pronged message. When we're looking at this home card, I'm seeing a couple of things here. I'm seeing that you are not originally from the earth, as most of us honestly are not from. You are from some other kind of faraway land, which is like Lemuria or Atlantis, for example. You might have been a mermaid or a water spirit. I'm seeing that you are an extremely psychic or intuitive person, and you have the ability to see beyond. So quite literally, you have the ability to see into the future, and I feel that you get these visions, and when I'm tapping into your energy, I'm seeing that these come through in multiple ways. So for some of you, it's like you'll have a vision of the future of humanity. For example, you might be working on a company or a platform that will really help to up-level humanity. Or perhaps you're working on something with botanics. Your spirit guides are saying like botanical gardens and tinctures and things like that. Like that would be really important to help humanity up-level. You might also literally see like events that will happen in the future. This could just be a vision that you drop into. It could also be dreams. In any case, all of these messages are showing that you are very psychic. And so what I'm hearing is that at this time, you are gonna need a community to really support you. You're gonna need to associate yourself with very high vibrational beings, other humans, of course, knowing that a lot of you are not originally from Earth, you're from somewhere else. And it's really important to surround yourself with positive people, people who are prioritizing spirituality, joy, movement, and who really believe in moving humanity forwards. I'm hearing a lot of you are in the spiritual or healing arts. Those are the words that your fairies are using. Some of you, you've been doing this for like 12 years, so a really long time. Others of you, you're actually just stepping your toe into it, hence the unknown territory. So some of you might even be quitting your jobs. Like maybe you are leaving what is known and you're going into a completely new direction, and your spirit guides and your fairies are just wanting you to know that you're safe. You're good. You don't need to worry. If you look at this card, this man is actually gaining energy by doing this. He's not being depleted. He's starting to float. Like quite literally, the breeze is flowing through his coat and he's looking towards the future and he's very excited. And also he's even looking above, and I associate the right side of the card with the future and the left with the past. So he's looking to the future, but also he's looking up, which to me symbolizes he's receiving some kind of higher guidance from spirit. And so at this time, your abilities are probably going to really come in for you. We're also seeing awakening. So again, with more time, you become more psychic, everything becomes more clear to you. Your fairies are just saying, don't doubt yourself even for a second, because you have the capacity to create real magic on this planet, especially with your hands too, is something that's coming through. So you may be Reiki attuned, you may like to practice massage, you have a very healing touch. And so it's important to use that in your work in some way, even if it's just to channel energy. Okay, so we have awakening. We also have the lovers. We have the 10 of cups. We have the 10 of cups again here. So this is like super, super positive energy. I'm hearing that you're being aligned to your passion. You are being enlightened at this time. Your energy body is cleaning itself and purifying itself. I feel that it's just really important to let this process happen for you. You don't need to push it. It's all kind of happening around you. The best thing that you can do at this time is just surround yourself with high vibrational people, because you are a sensitive soul, so it's important to really have a good, strong community at this time. I'm seeing that there's major fulfillment coming to you. You are going to feel 100% aligned when it comes to work, play, pleasure, joy, friendship. It feels like you're surrounding yourself with the right activities and influences that are really going to bring you into your next chapter or your next phase of life. And so when we have the 10 of cups, I just want you to know that there's a lot of fulfillment right here for you. And your fairies are saying it's already here, you know? Like you already have this. You already are a happy, joyful person. You already believe in Spirit's plan for you. You believe that you have written this plan long before you came to Earth. Like, I'm not telling you anything you don't already know is basically what your fairies are saying. They're just saying you like to hear it twice. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about these cards and then we're gonna move on here. So we have Tree Wisdom. So one thing about you is that you are a very inspired person by nature, and you might actually get kind of overwhelmed by your inspirations sometimes. Like it's like all of these ideas are flowing through you, and especially because you're developing your intuitive abilities even more, it is becoming even more easy for you to become a little bit overwhelmed. And so here we have Tree Wisdom, and I'm just gonna read it for you. This tree dryad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sounds it makes. Okay, so I'm seeing it's important to ground. It's important to be in nature. It's also important to prioritize your own healing. Any kind of Reiki that you want to get for yourself would be really good to purify your aura, cleanse your energy body. I'm seeing that more peace is required at this time. Like you really cannot be involved in drama or in negativity in any way, shape, or form. Just completely let that go. You have to quite honestly just excommunicate that from your life because the energy is way too dense for you. So you just can't tolerate it, is what I'm hearing. I'm also hearing that it's important to believe that you are of the earth in a way. And so this is an interesting message. You are from a different planet than Earth, we see that here. But at the same time, you came to Earth for a reason. And you came as a healer and as a guide. So you are going to heal a lot of people. And you can do that in a number of different modalities. And your fairies and your spirit guides are not very opinionated about how you do it. It's more about your energy, and it's about the energy that you possess day to day and the trust and faith that you have in the universe. They're wanting you to know that you are here to work on Earth in order to raise the collective vibration of Earth. And so as part of that, it's going to be important to ground yourself and to really identify yourself as having a mission on Earth. Like, tell yourself that daily. It seems like a very important thing to do. This woman is actually merged with a tree trunk, if you look closely. And she's a fairy, but basically what I'm getting is allow yourself to merge with the earth more. So you might even pray to earth spirits. You might feel really called to connect to spirits of the earth. It just feels like a very beautiful thing to do. I would do this through giving offerings, through giving prayers. It feels like if you say calling in the 4 directions, for example, that would be a really good idea and it would help your intuitive abilities grow more. I'm also seeing it would help you manifest things like more effectively. So that would be really good. So get out into the earth, make sure you pray to Mother Nature, thank her daily, thank your fairy spirits. Also thank the gnomes is something that's coming through because I'm seeing some shadows in these cards. So it feels like both fairies and gnomes want to work with you. And yes, they are real. You don't need to question it. We have friendship. Fairies and humans alike need friends. Now is the time to seek out those who will support and encourage you on your journey to fulfill your dreams. So this is an obvious message, but surround yourself with those who hold the vision for you. People who know that you can do it. You know, everything is energy. And so if you are not the only one charging your manifestations, imagine how powerful life would be if everyone around you was holding that vision for you. If everyone around you saw you as the healer that you already are internally. And I'm seeing that you already do a lot to give to your community. Partly this is just in your social circles. You're a very giving person. You're also a very nurturing person. But I'm seeing it's important that you have even more people who are holding the vision for you. And your fairies are saying this does not have to be serious. This can be fun. This can be playful. Anyone and anything that inspires you and motivates you is important to prioritize at this time and spend more time with. And also equally as important to spend time alone where you're resting and being playful, watching children's movies, coloring, really allowing that inner child in you to come to life. I'm seeing that it's inside of you where the lightness exists. It's not actually outside of you. It's just that your inside energy needs to be cultivated by surrounding yourself with people externally who bring out of you. So basically the message is it's already within. You already have this. You're not needing to do anything else. It's just really surrounding yourself with a positive community so that you're constantly reminded of your true nature, which is right here, right in the middle of your heart. 6 of Swords. Okay, this is, again, another clear message. Moving on to a new phase that's more aligned, more joyful. We have this sun shining over the card here. We also have these people walking up this desert dune. I do see some friendships falling away. This might even be connected to family. Perhaps some of your family doesn't quite understand you. I'm seeing that that is just going to come. It's like the nature of who you are and who you're becoming. But you're also being a leader and you're being very brave, and your spirit guides and your fairies are saying, have the courage to walk this path because it is a path of joy and you will feel the joy and the abundance because look at all of this. You have the 10 of Cups again, and you have the World. So during this life on Earth, you are going to complete your mission. Not only are you going to help the Earth up level, you're going to help heal your community. And it's not easy. You know, it comes with some judgment. That's the truth. Like, people don't understand the spiritual path. You think that when I go outside and I say I'm a tarot reader, everyone thinks it's cool? No. Of course I get weird comments here and there. But it's almost like your lightness that's internal, it transcends all of that. It just doesn't matter. Like, that stuff just won't bother you anymore because you know that you are living your purpose. And those who are meant to meet you at that level will. And that is what is happening in these cards. And that's why there's all these stars and these fairy wings and this energy of joy. It's all coming to you. It's already here. So this woman is on a platform. I'm seeing there's like 3 phases of your life that you transcend. The first is childhood, adolescence, and adulthood, of course. But in childhood and adolescence is where things are a little bit more friction filled. As we're in adulthood, yes, you receive judgment, but I also see that you're receiving more vision and more clarity on your purpose and your mission. You're feeling really aligned with who you are from the inside out. I think that's beautiful, and that's why there's this huge rainbow. And Spirit and your fairies are saying that you are going to complete your mission in this lifetime. And while you're doing it, you're going to be very healthy and very fit is another thing that's coming through. So everything is aligning. It's almost like the energy of all the planets and the stars are aligning for you, and the whole universe is colluding to work in your favor. So the universe is working with you, so now just continue to work with yourself, because there's really nothing that you have to do. It's more about being. Being in your full, authentic vibration is the most important thing to focus on. And if you do that, I see that you're surrounded by love. I see that you're surrounded by play and joy and ease. And in many ways, it will feel effortless. And I think just my intuitive hunch is that one of your things that you might have to transcend in life is not having guilt around the fact that it is effortless and that it can be so joyful. And if you can really get past that, I'm seeing that really the world is your oyster and you're going to be a healer on this planet. So thank you for the work that you are doing. All right, I'm going to close the reading here. Thank you for following along. I hope that it resonated with you. If it did, please give me a big like and hit that subscribe button. And if you would like to understand more about fairies and gnomes and connecting with them, I have a course down below. I am linking it. Please check it out. It's my favorite course in the world. It literally instantly brings me so much joy and play, and I just love sharing the energy of fairies with others. I'm going to do a whole retreat around fairies in July, so stay posted. All right, you guys, I love you all, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. All right, pile 3, welcome to your reading. So let's find out what your fairies want you to know. You have Gates of Triumph. Success expands in your life. Beautiful card. I'm hearing that some of you are wanting to explore your purpose on a deeper level, and that you know that there's a path of light and there's a path of greater alignment. And really all it takes is walking through this metaphorical door. And it seems like that's kind of the moment that you're in right now in your life. So let's pull some of these Oracle of the Fairies cards. This is my new favorite deck. I love it. Protect your dreams. You're the guardian of your precious dreams and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. Okay, so I'm kind of getting the energy that you know who you are and what you want to be in this life. Perhaps there are some naysayers around you. Perhaps there are people who say, yeah, you want to do that, but how do you know that you can really be successful? Right? So making sure that you don't let that get in the way. Then we have Wish Wisely. Use your wishes wisely to manifest your heart's desire and take practical steps towards making your dreams come true. Okay, so between even just these 3 cards, it's pretty clear that you actually know who you are. You know what you want to do at a soul level. Now it's just a question of filtering the voices that are around you. So I have the feeling like there are some people in your life who are trying to protect you, but really by trying to protect you, they may be kind of putting a block between you and your purpose. And it's not that anyone can actually put that block there unless you accept it, right? So there's a certain part of you that is accepting it, and that's easy for me to say, especially now that I'm on the other side of this same journey, which I also went through. But I feel that really all you have to do is kind of become more discerning about who you're listening to and the advice that you're taking. And one thing that really helps me whenever I think about these things is I ask myself, well, is the person who's giving me the advice somebody whose life I wish to emanate? If so, why? If not, why not? And even if it's not as black and white as that, you'll start to understand that sometimes people give us advice and they don't even live the type of lifestyle that we want to live. They're not doing the same type of work, right? So that just seems to be something that your fairies want you to know, that you don't necessarily need to listen to other people's advice unless it really resonates. Okay, so we have the 4 of Pentacles, the Knight of Cups, and the 5 of Wands. Okay, so we're gonna do those, and then let's also pull some of these cards. This is from the Beyond Lemuria deck. Okay, so you have Crown Chakra, the Unlimited Self. There's a lot of messages about self-identity in this reading. And then we also have Transformation. Beautiful. I'm gonna pull one more here. Heart Chakra, Unfurling Back to Love. Okay, cool. So once again, this reading is about what your fairies and spirit guides want you to know. So what I'm seeing in this reading is that you already know who you are on a deep soul level. The question is, are you fully realizing it in your physical 3D reality? My thinking is that you're in the process of doing so. You're in the process of creating this abundance and security and feeling like you are in a stable enough place to really pursue your dreams and your manifestations full time. I think that's kind of where you are. It's almost like this in-between phase is the energy that I'm picking up on. Some of you may be planning to go full time with some kind of pursuit. Others of you, maybe you are not necessarily thinking about this so connected to work, but more just thinking about this in terms of how aligned your friendships are and how aligned your life feels in particular. I see a lot of volunteering energy in this pile, so you're the type of person who really wants to give back to your community in a big way. You don't just want to walk the path of yourself, you want to walk the path of many. You want to give back to others. This is all in the name of transformation. You know that you were sent to this earth to help heal the world and to help bring more light energy to the world. And I'm seeing that at times you feel deeply sad about the state that the world is in, and that's okay. Your fairies are just saying that it's hard to be a sensitive spirit in today's world, and basically the only thing you can do is always just focus on coming back to those channeled messages because you're very intuitive yourself and you can get access to them, and also coming back to a place of love. I see that when you use your heart chakra, you have no question about your purpose. You know what you're meant to do. You are meant to be of service. You are meant to tap in, you're meant to manifest your reality, and all of this is very possible as long as you are visualizing daily. I'm hearing that there will be some really cool people and opportunities coming to you, and that all that is standing in your way, in air quotes, is just self-doubt and a little bit of internal misalignment. Now, I want to give you a lot of credit to say that I feel you are a pretty aligned person. There's just a tiny bit of confusion left about what steps you should take next, and that's perfectly okay. It's only human. When we see the Five of Wands here, this is about struggle. It can be about pushing things or forcing things. And really what we're seeing in this card is this man is meditating and he is full of stars, and yet he's kind of looking out into the distance and he's wondering, well, when will this happen? When will that happen? But look at him, he's full of stars. He is the universe. He doesn't need to look externally to himself. He already has all of the answers within. And so instead of feeling like you need to struggle or that you need to worry about things like finances or your schedule or what the future will be like, your spirit guides are telling me to direct you back to yourself. And your fairies are saying the same thing. We also have the Knight of Cups, and this is a really beautiful message. I get a lot of artistry in this pile. So you're a creative spirit and you're someone who is going to use the past ailments that you've been through to actually help create these really beautiful portals. And this could be like artwork, this could be writing, this could be just sharing your thoughts. I'm just seeing that whenever you do this, it resonates with people on a deep level. And you have a way of being able to look to your past inner child wounds and understand why these things happen to you and why they are helping you on your path as a healer. And once again, I'm going to say it like a broken record, do not listen to other people who are trying to tamper you at this time, because your soul is very big and your soul actually wants to take up more space. So energetically, when I'm looking at your energy body, what I'm seeing is that it's almost like your soul is hitting a wall and you want to be even bigger. And there might be someone like an authority figure, for example, who's saying, no, stay where you are, be pragmatic, be careful. There is some truth to this. Of course, we live in a 3D world. We need money. We need to be able to pay our rent, things like that. But I am seeing that you want to get bigger, right? All of these cards, there's this expansion. You could see it here. You could see it here, here, here. There's a lot of expansion energy coming through. And if you look at this Four of Crystals, this man is looking down. He's focused on pragmatism. He's focused on security. There's this light shining into him, but he's not fully in the light yet. And I feel that you will be. And this is a process that's going to be unfolding over the next 3 months. Something was 3 months to 3 years. Won't necessarily take 3 years. It's just that the full transformation will take 3 years. That's what I hear. Very specific. Let's talk about some of these fairy oracle messages here. So you are like an amazing manifester. If you haven't already, check out my course. It's called Manifest Anything. It helps you manifest literally anything you want with a 3-step process, which I find to be very simple and easy, and I designed it to be the case. So when I'm looking at this card, Wish Wisely, I'm seeing that your thought forms really do affect your reality much more than you think. So don't think negative thoughts about yourself. Program your mind to be positive. If you need to do hypnotherapy, do it. If you need to listen to meditations all night, do it. I feel that all of this is very helpful. This fairy is kind of like a fairy godmother, and she has this elfin energy around her. So she by nature is magical, and you are too. I'm seeing that you're like a very creative, innovative person, and you can truly bring whatever you want into your reality, but it does rely upon you believing in yourself. And sometimes you have to believe in yourself at the expense of what others want, because others might see a lot of potential in you, and they might say, hey, you're super talented. Hey, you could be the next CEO, or you could be like the next bigwig. And to be honest, you don't really care. You know that you're talented, but your heart is so big and you're feeling like you're being pulled on this path where you want to walk the divine path. You don't want to just walk the path of money. So I'm seeing that sometimes you have to protect your own dreams at the expense of what others want for you and what others dream for you. And many of them are doing it with good intention, is what I see. But at the same time, your fairies and your spirit guides are kind of like, look, what is the point of waiting? If you have a purpose on this earth, might as well fulfill it now, might as well pay attention to what it is now. And hey, everything else is going to shake out as planned. So we have protect your dreams. Once again, you are the guardian of your precious dreams and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. I'm hearing some of us also have dreams about a relationship. Like we might be sitting, daydreaming a lot. It feels like getting really dreamy, really going up into the ether. But by doing this, we also do find peace is something I'm seeing. So allow yourself to daydream. Just don't do it to a fault is what I'm hearing from your fairies and your spirit guides. But allow yourself to be in this playful vibration because you are like a child. Your inner child wants to dream. You want to be full of light. You want to be full of love. That's just who you are. So allow yourself to do that and allow yourself to tap into this magical reality every single day because truly it is your programming that is designing your reality. So if you're understanding of what your programming says, then you can change it to make it work for you, is what I'm seeing. And we also have the crown chakra. So I realize I've been going back and forth a little bit with these cards, but when we see the crown chakra here, there's all of these rainbow colors coming together, and this is like you accessing your higher level consciousness and your intuition. Your fairies are saying that the plan was already written a long time ago, so there's nothing to worry about. You already have all of the knowledge of the Akashic records. You already have the ability to do like soul retrieval work, so to see others and understand that you've known them before. All of these abilities are at your disposal, so use them to your benefit and really protect your dreams because, hey, your dreams are really one of the most important things in this lifetime, and that's what your fairies want for you, to be protective of your dreams, to understand that you are sacred and that you can kind of have this divine unity the more that you protect your dreams. It's a form of protecting yourself. And so that means being careful about who you share your dreams with and where. And I'm seeing like maybe you might keep some kind of dream manifestation journal or just like a journal that you keep to yourself. It feels like a really beautiful thing to do. Let me just pull one last card. What your fairies need you to know right now. We're gonna do this one. Protection. Oh my gosh. Okay. So that is the theme of this reading, protection. So energetic protection, physical protection, we want to protect our dreams. Our dreams are often too big for other people to understand. And you have a lot of fairies working with you, as you can see in this card. So you are not just like any old average human. You have some wisdom, some higher level knowledge. Success is expanding in your life as long as you follow it. But be mindful about who you're communicating with. You know, there might be people out there who call you crazy or who say, no, you can't be successful. Well, who cares? Just shove that to the side. But also be mindful. Don't share everything with those people because it's not really going to give you any benefit is what I'm seeing. So the fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. Yeah. Okay, so I feel that the last message here is at times in this life, you will experience this push and pull energy where you don't know if you're one thing or the other. You don't know if you are of Earth and that's it, or if you're just like a magical being and that's it. The truth is that you're somewhere in between. You have to be a human while you're here on this human planet. And you also have access to psychic powers and gifts. You have these immense dreams, and these dreams that are channeling very creative energy, and that's what you want to move towards. But I'm seeing just be careful about who you share this with, because you only want to share it with people who believe in you, believe in your mission, and charge your desires. If you do that, I see that you're protected. I feel that your aura is clear and pure. The only hesitancy I have is just, you might have authority figures or people that truly care about you that will ask you about your plans. I would just give them some abridged knowledge. It's kind of like giving them the cliff notes, but not the entire thing. And I see that you're protected. Your fairies are surrounding you with all of this beautiful rainbow love, and there's all this rainbow energy in these cards. So you're very much protected, and you're very much channeling a lot of beautiful energy all the time. So do what you need to, stay safe, stay loved, stay protected, just stay anchored in your mission, because you already know what it is, so you don't really need to think too hard to figure it out anymore. I'm seeing that you know who you are, you know what you need to do. The rest is just a matter of timing and energetic alignment. All right, you guys, if you want to learn how to communicate with fairies and gnomes a little bit more, I am linking my course down below on how to do that. It is my favorite class. It's so fun, so playful, so joyful. I love the fairy energy. It makes me want to flit around and fly around like a fairy. So I hope that you enjoy it. Let me know how you like this reading in the comments down below. If it resonated, please give me a big thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. And I love you all, and I will see you all very, very soon. Take care. Bye.